What's up, guys? David Land here, and welcome to the fourth race of our 1961 Indianapolis 500 Evolution Let's Play. And there's an old stereotype in racing, and you've probably heard it if you're a racing fan. You just race in circles, they say. Well, it's a little more complicated than that. But today, we're going to a track that's actually a circle. Now, if you're not familiar with Langhorne, Langhorne was a dirt circle. I don't even hesitate to call it an oval, a dirt circle in Pennsylvania. Eventually it was paved, and that's what we're going to be racing on today. But it was a circular track, and it was known for being one of the most dangerous and deadly on the national championship circuit, particularly in 1961, which we're racing at right now. As you can see, we're going to do 25 laps, so we're going to have to survive 25 laps at this 1 mile speedway. We're third in the standings behind, I believe, Parnelli Jones and Eddie Sachs. Parnelli has been the most consistent throughout the season, and of course Eddie Sachs won the Indianapolis 500, but I won the most recent race at Milwaukee, so I'm looking to improve on that and get another victory, so I have 2 in a row and improve myself in the national championship with 3 races to go. So let's get to it. Langhorne, let's get qualified. So as you can see, we are, what, 6th or 7th to go out?
Great speed from car number 14.
So Cheeseburg, I should say. I finally got corrected in the comments on how to pronounce it. Cheeseburg is qualified on the pole. Goldsmith is second right now.
Car number 65 is next.
We haven't seen Fred Naylor yet, so that's a new driver.
Car number 19
Al
has
Keller goes to P2, and now our championship rival Sachs, where does he go?
Car number 12 is
second.
Next to make a run.
So the Dean Van Lyne's cars are 1-2 right now. And Bobby Grimm.
Pole
position for Bobby Grimm.
Surely secured the pole with that speed.
And now we are going to go out. Let's see who else showed up real quick before we go out. Parnelli's here. And it looks like there's a very small grid. So we're going to go out. We're going to get qualified. We're going to try to knock Bobby Grimm off the pole. Can we do it? Let's find out. All right, so let's head out onto Langhorne and get this car qualified. As you can tell, it's a one-turn circuit. As my pal Joe Donahue said, there's not a whole lot to this track. It's just turn left. But you do have to be very smooth, and the radius of the corner does change. As you can see, the car started to understeer there. I was keeping a pretty consistent line through on the track. I can't really say through the corner because the whole thing's a corner. But we're starting our warm-up lap, and we're going to see where we qualify. I'm feeling like this is a bit slow right now. I don't think I'm getting the maximum out of the car, but again, it's just a warm-up lap. We'll see what we can do. And see, understeer. As the radius coming onto the main straightaway seems to tighten up just a little bit, and it causes the car to understeer.
His hand is up. He's starting.
So 119, yeah, a 119. That's way, way faster than the AI right now. That's easily going to get us to the pole position at the moment. So let's see if we can pick it up and continue. Oop. Well, let's not do that because that's getting on the grass. And we're going to pull through onto the main straightaway. What's our qualifying time?
It's the final lap.
A little bit slower. It seems like I always go faster on the warm-up than I do in the actual qualifying, but right now that's clearly fast enough to get the pole position right now. So anything past this point is pure gravy on top. Let's see if we can get it. Car slides just a little bit, tap the brakes just a little bit as well, and bring it off of onto the main straightaway and take the pole position, go a little bit faster. So yes, clearly I took the pole position. The second place car was Dick Rathman at 117. So I qualified 2 miles an hour faster than Dick Rathman. In fact, Rathman we haven't seen really impress since the first race at Trenton, so he's going to be looking to impress in this race. And our championship rivals, Jones and Sachs, are down in 8th and 10th positions respectively. So we potentially have a very good points day coming Let's take a look at the full grid here. Hurtubise is 3rd, Don Davis is 4th, A.J. Foyt is 5th, Bobby Grimm 6th, who was on the pole and we out-qualified. Our good old pal Don Branson is 7th. Hopefully he will not interfere at all today. And, of course, Parnelli Jones, the championship leader, is 8th. So let's get to it, Langhorne. This could be wild. It could be domination. Let's find out.
Welcome to the unique Langhorne Speedway. This near-circular 1-mile oval is actually constructed on the side of a hill, and while it may look like a walk in the park, the high speeds attained here make this a dangerous circuit.
All right, so here we are at Langhorne, the pace car pulling off. I said the main straightaway when I was completing my qualifying run. I really should just say the start-finish line. We're racing. And here we go. I'm not sure what's going to happen here. And we've got Rathbun. It looks like Hurtubise is making a move to the inside. And I'm actually gapping them pretty well at the moment. Slid the tires just a little bit. We're going to complete lap 1 in the lead. 24 laps to go. So as you heard Bob Jenkins say, it's actually built on a hill, and I've actually been able to tell just a little bit. I think it's more of the elevation change that kind of throws the car off, because right now going downhill, the track is going downhill right now, I should say. And then we start going uphill, and that's where kind of the car pushes to the outside wall. See, uphill climb here for the start-finish line. Still going uphill, 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 and now it starts going downhill. So, I mean, it's subtle. It's kind of like Nazareth, which is ironic because both of those tracks are in Pennsylvania and neither of them exists anymore. But Nazareth is the same way. Kind of, when you're driving on it, it doesn't really give you a sense of the elevation change, but the elevation really does come into play. So we got a second on Hurtubise right now. AJ has moved up into 3rd position. He may be the guy who's going to really challenge us here. I would have a feeling, and I'm a little bit worried. There's only 18 cars in the race, but I'm having a feeling that lap traffic is going to come into play near the end of the race, as it seems to do on these shorter ovals, particularly when I'm almost 15 miles an hour faster than the last place car. Did not get a very good exit onto the start-finish stretch, I guess you could say. It's hard to say it's hard to not say main straightaway. It's weird to have a track that doesn't have a main straightaway, or a straightaway at all, that I should say. I mean, this is just you know, again, I made a point about this game in unique tracks. No two tracks in this game are exactly alike, and that was just kind of par for the course back in these days in racing. Nobody did cookie cutters back then. Nobody said, "Hey, Langhorne's kind of cool. Let's make another Langhorne, but put it in Kansas." You know, they didn't do that back in those days. They said Langhorne's in Langhorne, Indianapolis is in Indianapolis, and we'll just keep it the way it is. Daytona's in Daytona. Now, eventually, you know, they had copycat tracks. I mean, I guess Talladega in some ways kind of copycatted Daytona. In Ontario, some ways copycatted Indianapolis, but I mean, by and large, it wasn't like it is nowadays when we build tracks, and particularly oval tracks. You know, like Fontana is a direct copy of Michigan and stuff like that. So, Cheeseburg, I'll say that again just to say it right. Looked like he was falling through the field. I wonder how quickly we're gonna lap Naylor there, Fred Naylor. Kind of interested. We've only put a little bit more time on Hurtubise. The gap is kind of at 1.5 seconds, and it's kind of staying that way. I did 120 mile an hour lap at one point during this race. That was certainly not my qualifying lap, so clearly I'm going very fast, but looks like AJ's really working on Hurtubise there. And if AJ gets around Hurtubise, although he's kind of almost into Rathbun there. Oh yeah, AJ's moving. AJ's moving. Yeah, if he can just get around Hurtubise, I think we may have to race AJ for this win. Parnelli's in 11th, so that's great. Looks like Sachs has also fallen through the field, so I hate to say a good points day, but it could be a good points day right now. As we're already on lap 9, we're approaching the midway point of the race immediately. The laps are clicking off incredibly quickly. As Bob Jenkins said in the opening, it's a very fast track, very high speeds attained for a 1 mile oval, or a 1 mile circle, I should say. And I'm pretty sure this is the only track to actually be a circle. Maybe there was another one. I'll let the comment section let me know on that one. But I'm pretty sure Langhorne was the only circle track ever actually produced. But maybe I'm totally wrong and my facts are completely off base. And I'm driving pretty terribly now because I'm just looking at my rear view mirrors trying to see where Hurtubise and Foyt are. Foyt still has not managed to get around Hurtubise, and I think he's probably got the best car, it seems. Hurtubise actually started in 3rd, but of course Foyt started, I think, in 5th. So it's funny to see the guys come through the pack in this game. It's usually the starting position doesn't always determine the winner, like in a lot of video games, it seems, these days. So we've let the gap slip to about a second between us and Hurtubise. It's more about managing the gap right now, I would imagine. But well, see, stop looking in the mirror, David, because I'm losing the gap doing that. All right, let's see if we can run a fast lap and pull out this gap, because I really don't want to lose this race. 2 wins in a row would be great. It'd be great for the championship implications, as it were. Now let's see if we can pull it out. Let's see if we can do a fast lap here. Break a little bit, crossing the home stretch there. Into the downhill of the circuit. Or pulling it out on Hurtubise just a little bit. AJ still hasn't gotten around Hurtubise for second. Brake just a little bit as that transition starts into the uphill. And okay, so we put about 4/10 of a second, and I'm starting to see the lap traffic immediately. So that's going to play into it. And they are still closing in. I wonder if this game has rubber banding and or adaptive AI. Looks like I really pull out a gap coming through this final little stretch here. And then I kind of lose it in turn 1. Because as you see, I slid the car there and I lost positioning. Who's in 4th place right now? 97. Now it'll say here in just a second. Maybe. Oh no, that's Rathman. Don Davis. I saw a blue car back there, and I didn't know who that was. Alright, so we're coming up on the car of Naylor, who's running in 18th right now. So we're going to have to dispatch of him quickly, and the problem is passing. So difficult on this track because, of course, all the track is moving everybody to the inside. So being on the inside of this track is so crucial. And if somebody takes that line away from you, you may not be able to get it back. So let's see if we can get around Naylor here. We're at 10 laps to go, now 9, I believe. Fred Naylor. Did I call him Duke Naylor? Because there's a guy named Duke Nayland, but pretty sure that's not Duke Nayland. Alright, let's go under Fred here. Be nice, Fred. Be nice, Fred. Be nice, Fred. And he was. Now let's see what our competition, how our competition handles Naylor. They may not handle him very well. Oh, but I did not get a good exit onto the start-finish bit there. I don't know how to how to establish that. Okay, so lap 18. Oh man, Hurtubise is really closed in. He's close into half a second. The car seems to be going away just a little bit. AJ swinging to the outside. And my hand's actually cramping up on the controller, which is kind of funny because I'm just turning it constantly to the left. And it's kind of, yeah, Hurtubise is right there. No, yeah, we got a race. We have a race, folks. It's within 2/10. This is going to be tough. This is actually, I'm going to have to defend now. After leading most of the race. Let's keep it real tight here. Tight to the inside. I think I can make up some time. I slid the tires. That's not what I wanted to do. And into turn, I tried to say turn 1, but the whole track is turn 1. And here comes Hurtubise, man, he's right there. I think he's in an Epperle as well, so it's Epperle v. Epperle. AJ's really trying to get around Hurtubise. I really genuinely think AJ's got probably the best ride out of all of us right now, but he's not getting around. It's allowing me to hold the lead and Hurtubise to hold second. We're coming up to 4 laps to go, I believe, after this lap is completed. So we're going to see if I can hold the lead. This would be incredibly important for the championship, and I'm wondering if we're going to catch another lap car. Ooh, not good, not good, not good, not good, not good, not good. Slid up the track, but it didn't really allow Hurtubise to capitalize, which is good. That worried me for a second. Now, yeah, we're now at 4 laps to go, so it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough to hang on here, not make a mistake. But the thankful thing I have is they go 3 wide. I appreciate that, fellas. You're just helping me out with that one. It doesn't look like we're going to catch lap traffic again. So that will help us out massively. Well, I do hear Mr. Hurtubise, he's closing in. Is he going to be able to catch, though, and pass? That is the $1,000,000 question. AJ tried to look around the outside. If there was just a straightaway on this track, you know, I think AJ would be long gone from everybody, but he's having a very tough time passing. As we go to 2 laps to go here, here comes Hurtubise. Gets a run through that turn 1, but turn 1's not the track the side of the track you really want to be good at. It's coming down into the final stretch. I keep calling it turn 1. I'm gonna, you know, what turn 1 or what turn 2, I should say, to steal a line from Pocono Raceway. All right, here we go. The final lap coming up.
It's the final lap.
And Hurtubise is really closed in. I've just got to hold it in. Oh, here comes Hurtubise. Man, he's right there. He's right there. Man, he made a lunge too, man. He was on the outside. Boy, I almost blew it. I'm still almost blowing it. But it looks like I'm going to get my 2nd win at Langhorne.
Car number 71 takes the checkered flag.
Fantastic. So the race results with me taking the win. Clearly I had the fastest lap of the race, but it looks like AJ Foyt was right there. As you can see, Hurtubise was probably one of the slower
pit stop. The leader makes
drivers.
a pit stop. Car number
which is kind of funny.
Makes a pit stop.
And then you've got Branson, who is
Car number
dismissive.
10
In fact, I
makes a
didn't
pit
make
stop.
anybody mad at me this time, which is great.
Car
Eb
number
Rose and Norm Hall
65 makes a
respect
pit
me.
stop.
Fred Naylor likes
Car
me. That's
number
good.
34
Parnelli
makes
finished
a pit
12th
stop.
out of the points. Sachs came in at the very last moment, but he didn't score a point because there was only 8th place only scored. So let's take a look at the championship standings after 4 races. So as you guys can see, I managed to take the top spot in the championship over Parnelli Jones, leading by 5 points, who was unable to score any points. So that helped me out dramatically in taking the championship lead. Dick Rathman moved up into 3rd place. Eddie Sachs fell to 4th. Don Branson remains in 5th. AJ Foyt 6th. Bobby Grimm 7th, Don Davis 8th, Bill Cheeseburg 9th, Jim Hurtubise 10th, Roger Ward 11th, Al Keller 12th, and Wayne Weller is 13th, scoring the final championship point. The next event is Milwaukee again. So 2 rounds at Milwaukee. I obviously won the last Milwaukee race, but this seems like it's a longer event. So it's going to be very interesting to see if I can hang on even longer to win at Milwaukee. So I can't wait to see you guys in that video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already. And this is David Land on YouTube. We will see you in the next video.